Intellectuality. The masculine essence develops their intellect, not because they feel like they have to or should, but because they have a deep desire to know, and not only know, but to embody and claim their wisdom. So, intellectuality is not so much about the desire to come off as smart or come off as someone that, has it all together. But from the healthy standpoint of masculine essence, it is merely a desire to really truly grasp a hold of reality, grasp a hold of this, which we call our experience, and structure things into systems, structure things into something that is understandable. And so, what I've come to realize is that across all of those I've been coaching, across all of those men in my life that I've come across, there is one common denominator, and that is that they all have this underlying, deeply rooted desire to systematize, right? Or systemize, where basically you can give them anything and they would want to get to the core of it, get to the root of it, and orderly put things into place so that it makes sense. It's like a puzzle, isn't it? You can give them a bunch of puzzles and you'd want to actually put it all together. Now, where is it that intellectuality becomes merely a destructive tendency? Where do you draw the line between intellectuality and intellectualizing something and not actually, applying it? Where do you draw the line between intellectuality and overthinking? Intellectuality and overthinking can absolutely blend together if you're not observant and careful about where you let your thoughts go, or rather, where you let your intention be at. So, if you are intentional about why it is that you're reading something, why it is that you're consuming something, why it is that you are engaging in something, and you know that the intention is for you to rather develop your sense of wisdom to get a clear picture of reality, then that's awesome. But if the outcome becomes some sort of desire to prove yourself that you can do this, push so that you can come off as someone that is knowledgeable and intellectual, then you are slowly but surely stepping into what is called other-oriented perfectionism, where you also think about what others might think of you. And also, you might develop socially prescribed perfectionism, where you do certain things and you're intellectualizing certain things just because you feel like you should, or just because you feel like society is imposing certain things onto you, right? Certain standards, certain morals, certain ethics. Intellectuality is not overthinking. It's not meant to be overthinking. Intellectuality serves you, no matter whether you're a man or a woman, if you're able to connect it to your body, right? If you're connecting the mind to the body, to the soul, then there is this stream of information that can flow through from the mind to the body, through the heart, out into reality. And you are not a slave to your intellectuality. You are a servant to the intellectuality, right? So what you really want to do is you want to get clear on the intention for why it is that you are committing to develop your sense of intellectuality about a certain thing, about a certain field, about a certain area as you grow. The sense of overthinking can become a huge block for a lot of people, especially men, where you then get caught up in overly thinking about something, overly intellectualizing it, overly systematizing it, to the point where it becomes a sense of productive procrastination, right? You lose the sense of sight of why you're even engaging with it. It becomes an ego boost to develop the intellectuality. You also want to allow yourself to be supported in developing your intellectuality. Are you surrounded by women, a woman, the feminine essence that is distorted, that is seeking to punish you for wanting to develop your intellectuality? Or are you surrounded by a woman or women or the feminine essence that actually supports you in developing your sense of intellectuality about something? And not only that, but supporting you in transferring and transmuting this intellectuality into intentional action. You might want to ask yourself, okay, so if I got this type of feminine essence around me or this type of feminine essence around me, what might be the root? What might be the wound for me attracting these different energies? Because if you've got a distorted feminine around you that is punishing you for dedicating time, energy, and your sense of purpose into this, into a certain field, and to develop and growing, then it might be that you don't fully feel worthy of something different than that. You might not feel worthy of another type of support. Whereas if you have someone in your life that is supporting you, that is cheering on you, that is celebrating you for developing your intellectuality, then it might be that you actually find yourself worthy of that. So this is merely an invitation for you to check in with yourself. Do you feel worthy of developing your sense of intellectuality about a certain field? Or are you merely on this mindless journey of just gaining a lot of knowledge about something, just to push, prove, and please to this world, to yourself even, to others around you, that you can? I'm here to support you in differentiating between these, because when you're in your intellectuality that is healthy, then that is actually something that is really healthy, right? That is when you are in your embodied masculine. Whereas if you're in your overthinking, then that can be perfectionism. So if there's something that you've been wanting to create, put out into this world, then I am here for you to support you in not just intellectualizing and overthinking it, but actually intentionally transmuting it into intentional action. You can go to bloombeyond.com/apply to join the Bloom Beyond Tribe, which is a group for both men and women to come together to be able to deepen their sense of essence, right? To overcome perfectionism, to create a life and business of freedom. And it's so crucial then that you're able to transmute the overthinking into a healthy sense of intellectuality where you also connected to intentional action. So go to bloombeyond.com/apply to apply. And I might see you on the other side. Sending you lots of light and love. Stay bright, brave, and balanced.